people are picking sides, and the side that they're choosing is the one that says, don't need this man, I can have kids by myself, I don't care about the family structure, I don't want to protect it, I don't want to be a part of the success of it, and don't even bring up polygyny. I'll not help you be successful at that. I'd rather destroy this family first, like everybody else that I'm looking up to on social media that I shouldn't be even following, and I'm good. I'd just rather just bust this whole thing up because I'm mad.
Warning, viewer discretion is advised. The content, views, and educational material you are about to experience could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it.
Now, on the topic of choosing, what did you ladies have to say, anything with respect to that?
One of the things that I noticed with the gross bombardment, is it a word?
Yeah.
There it is. Come on, brains. Of social media in regards to relationships and what women look like on there and what men look like on there. We have everybody's business at our fingertips. And sometimes we got everybody's business at our fingertips. We got the chest is hanging out, the behind is hanging out. So I believe Coach Nyla was speaking about celebrities. Now, if you look at someone on the level of Not So Sexy Red, and you go, this is what a woman should be. This is what she should look like. Dependent and loud and obnoxious and disgusting and saying whatever she feels, doing whoever she feels like doing, and things of that nature, then you'll idolize and pedestalize this person and say, well, if you're a woman and you don't represent yourself that way, then you're not a woman. And then we get songs like F My Baby Daddy and all of these things and all this toxic communication. And then we have the young ladies looking up to her and saying, this is what I should be. So then when you get the traditional woman, and I said traditional, we grew up in households where women were not upset about cooking dinner. Now, if you say I cook dinner, oh no, see, I ain't gonna be making no man no dinner, and I ain't gonna be, he can fix his own food, I do enough, and all of that drama, then we'll start saying, well, that woman that's traditional is lesser than, I don't want to be like her. But since this one got the cars and the diamonds and the jewelry and the things and all the popularity, let's be like this one that is at the lowest level of what womanhood should look like in a healthy way. Is it healthy for us to invite men to our parks? There's no marriage, there's no relationship, there's nothing but saying, you know what, let me choose what I want, pick men like daisies and just go do what you feel. Love is love. And then idolize that and say that's womanhood. And then when you can't even become a wife anymore. You get attacked on social media. Well, see, I'm not gonna get married though. I'm not gonna commit to anybody though, because I do what I want and I do it when I want. I ain't gonna have no boss over me. That's how you got the world looking like it is today. Because the family unit has been it's not in a sad state. It is in a state of chaos and utter destruction. Utter destruction. Now, if we got our grandparents and they're going through it, we could still look in those relationships and say, there's a hierarchy here. There's structure here. There's some loyalty here. There's some respect here. My grandparents got to a point where they could not stand each other. But one thing I loved that my late grandmother did do, she said, if it wasn't for your grandfather, we wouldn't have this. She worked too. She had a job too. She was a nurse. She was like, if it wasn't for his sacrifice, he was a brewmaster, we wouldn't have the home we're in. So even though we can't be married anymore, everybody here is going to have a certain level of respect for him in his absence. And I respected her for saying that. because she still understood what being a wife meant, not only to her and my grandfather, but to us. But no, we're gonna go with Sexy Red, and we're gonna go with Aisha Curry, and we're gonna go with the twerk Jada Pinkett. That's what we should be uplifting, that version, because that version speaks independence and freedom. But they didn't got in front of the camera and say, you know, my husband's trash, family's trash, and children, and then everybody's going, and you took it out of context what Aisha Curry. That's not the first time she said something negative or destructive about her husband, and then just sat up in front of others and destroyed his character. And he was like, we're okay over here. Okay, I'm not married to either one of you, so it doesn't matter to me. But people are picking sides. And the side that they're choosing is the one that says, don't need this man. I can have kids by myself. I don't care about the family structure. I don't want to protect it. I don't want to be a part of the success of it. And don't even bring up polygyny. I'll not help you be successful at that. I'd rather destroy this family first. Like everybody else that I'm looking up to on social media that I shouldn't be even following. And I'm good. I'd just rather just bust this whole thing up because I'm mad.
Coach Nyla made a number of points, and I had to write some things down. So I'm like, oh, these are some good points, to kind of share my take on a number of things. Realize that women do a lot of comparison and competition, a lot of comparison and competing, and not just amongst each other. Amongst their husbands, amongst the men, and a lot of that, like Coach Fatimah was saying, where it goes into this. Oh, well, your life looks freeing. It looks like freedom. It looks like, oh, I'm trapped. Those words that people said about how Aisha Curry feels about her marriage to Chef Curry. That she feels trapped. Oh, she wants to do her thing. Two people, Jada Pinkett, the Aisha Curry, talk about, oh, well, I didn't want to get married, and I didn't want to have kids, and I didn't want to do these things, but then they lived this life of luxury that their husband actually provided.
You're already on our channel, and you see how we are empowering people when it comes to polygamy education. You may be wondering, what's the next step? Especially knowing that we are the authors of the book,
Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. If you want to get off the emotional roller coaster, whether it's jealousy, insecurity, frustration, anger, maybe even guilt in some cases, you're going to want to pick up this book.
Definitely wish I would have had this book back a while ago when we first embarked on polygyny. And you will learn a lot of things about minding your marriage and what that actually means. So you're not comparing your marriage to your co-wives or anybody else's for that matter.
If you've heard, I'm not against polygamy, I just against when it's not done right, you want to learn how to do it right? This will teach you how to be more than twice the man you need to be to get it done. Let's talk polygamy.com. We look forward to shipping yours off to you.
So it's like, okay, well, if you did it, then go, right? You know, but that it goes into the thing with the choosing, like Coach Nyla said earlier, you know, about scaling it back and realizing that, wow, maybe I'm sleeping with the enemy. Maybe I chose wrong when it comes to those things. So the comparison trap has been around for the longest, but it seems like it's beginning to, it's all over the place, because now you only see snippets and you're comparing your life to someone's gag reel or highlight reel or whatever you want to call it. But you think it's all cute and all sweet and all sunshine and rainbows until you're actually in it. Till you're actually the one that realizing that I messed up a good thing. There are a plethora. You guys can see it. I know if you haven't seen it, you can just search it up and it'll fall down on you like rain. That you can look where there are multiple women, many women who are talking about how much they regret divorcing their husbands, regret that now they're struggling, and then they're crying on social media about how I had somebody so good, and then now I listen to, like Omar said, Not So Sexy Red, and everybody else. And then you have some of these women who are supposed to be influencers who are actually are showing you a different life than they're actually living. So they have their husbands and being wife to their husbands, but then they're telling you how to be the single woman and be free and all this other thing like that. Like you're not getting the benefits of being married, so you can actually have more and do more and be more. That's the same thing with the thing with the Aisha Curry situation. It was a guy who was talking about it. Could have been the comedian that was talking about it as well. But he made a comment about, you want to do these things. That's the Corey. He said, you have this life, and he's providing this life. You have all this opportunity to be able to, write a book, do these things. And she had her cookbooks and all these things like that. But it goes into the point where when you have this mindset of, I'm comparing myself to my husband, or I'm comparing myself to his life and what he has and what he's doing and things like that, because you feel that, I'm empowered if I don't need, I don't need a man. We need each other. We need each other. We were put here together. We were put here for each other, not for doing this alone. When you have a child, you want to have them by yourself. It's
you might have had it by yourself.
You didn't get it
by yourself.
You had it by yourself. Like mom.
Hoping.
But when it comes down to it, again, of course, it's just a state of chaos. But it's a state of emergency. Right now, we're in a state of emergency on a nuclear family. It's a state of emergency, and it's important because there are children being raised in this. There are future generations that are being raised in this. And there are a number of women, and go into the polygyny aspect of it all, where there are women who are older, whether they're celebrities or not, that are saying, I get this polygyny thing. And I understand when they hit the age of maturity or the mental of maturity, because you can be old as dirt and still not be mature in the head. So being able to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm not in the market for kids because I'm not going to have any kids, and my ovaries, they're not working on them. However, what it comes down to, I still want to have a husband. I still want to have that companion. I still want to be morally attached with a person that I'm able to enjoy and share my life with. So yeah, I understand this polygyny thing. This makes sense. And the way things are going and continuing with the state of the world, or the state of how these women are acting, and the way it's where society is pit men against women and women against men and things like that. It's a war. And I would say it's a war on a nuclear family. It's a war on being able to have success in your marriage. And in order to be able to be successful in it, you have to be intentional.